Here's a recently released retro-style game that caught us by surprise, since we didn't hear much about it. Steel Assault, a game that some would say it is a mixture of Contra and Megaman, but if you think that, then you need to go play those games again, cause you're probably a fake gamer. A more accurate way to describe this game would be that it is a mix of Castlevania and some Metal Slug when it comes to graphics and gimmicks. Speaking of graphics, it is definitely like a female's mango for the eyes. It is nice to see 16-bit console-inspired graphics for a change. The music is okay at best, it certainly fits a non-stop action, however that doesn't make it a memorable and hummable soundtrack. The title screen song that sounds like something from Streets of Rage 2 is definitely the best music track. I guess it was done on purpose to give people a good first impressions and to make emotional pushover guys cry. There is also an alternate version of the soundtrack that is based on FM synthesis sound that you would often get on consoles like the Sega Megadrive or even Japanese computers like the mighty X68000. It's basically like playing an old DOS PC game with a sound blaster with OPL sound channels or FM synthesis. We also appreciate that the options let you display graphics from the buttons of the type of controller you're using. With this, there is no excuse for bad actors online to blame the game in that regard. As always, we do have some game complaints to make. There isn't any widescreen support, and there's not even a cool border to fill the left and right parts of the screen. The game is kinda too short, there is only a few missions and that's it. And yes, we tried the game on easy, but it was purely done on purpose, we swear, cause we wanted to see if this is one of those games that doesn't let you play the last levels, unless you choose a higher difficulty level, but that doesn't seem to be the case. We also found a couple glitches along the way. It's not a big deal though, cause it's definitely more excusable than the unfinished modern rubbish we get nowadays. And who knows, maybe the one that happened at the final boss wasn't even a glitch. I'm sure this will be quickly fixed anyway. We don't see any excuse to bash the game for this. The game does get lackluster when it comes to sound effects though. Some sound effects are either taken from other games, or just something that the NES console would be able to replicate easily. In particular, when the mini-bosses explode, the explosion sound effect is not very pleasurable or satisfying to hear. It just doesn't make any justice to the action happening on the screen. One last complaint is that the default settings have the scanlines option enabled as default. Don't you know that everybody hates scanlines? You should definitely change that in the options for something a little more appropriate, like the CRT filter. That is the only filter you will ever need. Steel Assault is an overall kinda short yet decent action game with good versatile and varied gameplay. It's almost like playing a Castlevania game, but with a futuristic setting. With the amount of quality shown here, we can't wait for these devs to beg people for money again, so we can see the sequel that is teased in the ending. We hope that this game is also available on the latest portable systems as well, because it would be a good game to play on the go, or when you need to go take a dump. With nothing else to say, here's the ending of the game on easy. Until the next one, folks.